Okay. You want me to sing a song, don't you?
I want you to do a
like
funny
the last
intro.
time for the intro.
Funny intro.
Well, fuck
right
you. I'm not your puppet. Okay, fine. Doobie-da. Doobie-da. I don't know. You put me on the spot. Leave me alone. Play your music. Just play your
Just roll
music.
the intro music.
Now you have to edit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, we should just get straight into it. I can't be put on the spot every time, man. It's scary. You don't know that feeling.
Of doing a simple task of being drunk.
Yes.
Asking a podcast.
It's terrifying.
Asking a podcast. Oh, it's starting
Asking
already.
a podcast.
People
Wow.
were just the last one. They were just like you were so locked. You couldn't speak English.
Well, last time it was beers. Now it's whiskey.
It's rum, actually.
Oh,
we're
it's
living.
rum.
Oh, we can't say the word.
What? What can we say?
It's a rum that pirates drink.
Oh, you don't want to say the brand.
It's some sort of captain.
The vice captain. More. Okay. Yeah, we are drunk this time. You thought we were drunk the last time. Welcome to the second one.
All right.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Sorry for that. I've been away on holiday and other bits and bobs and just been busy with life, really. I think we tried to record a couple of podcasts, but we just weren't really feeling it.
It was also, we tried to get, the whole thing of this, we have to have a couple drinks on us. Just, that's kind of our little thing. And sometimes we get a bit too excited. And we get to a stage where it's not even going to be good content if we have too much to drink. We're like, okay, let's do the podcast.
Yeah.
So this time I think we're there. We're at the perfect level.
It'll be good. Before we get into things... Oh, there was a dog barking. I hope the audio picks that up.
It's Mimi.
Yeah, there was a cat out my back garden there. Mimi's gonna lose her shit when she
shit.
sees that. But before we start this podcast, big... what would we call it? A re-shout out?
A secondary... we shouting out the people... We shouted them out last time, and then they shouted out us.
Yeah.
Because of that, but they did it so well. Shout out to Popcorn Dust, two great girls.
And quality content, audio is brilliant. Their last podcast is brilliant. Their first one is good. Yeah. Popcorn Dust. I'm going to put their link in the description below.
Definitely.
Check them out. Subscribe to their channel, and absolutely yes, we have to do a podcast together soon. Yeah. They were saying it was just like a topic. It was just like we should get in. So. Like, for them, any Christopher Nolan movie, me and you would be definitely down for.
100%.
If they want to do a analysis of that. And then for us, we have to think of a topic to get the girls in on.
Oh, there's loads.
We talk about shit, so
it's
probably best we just go when you're... Right. But anyway, today's topic, we actually have a topic for today.
Yeah, it's not a pick and mix.
Not a pick and mix podcast. I wanted to pick your brain apart a little, Carl, because... as I said previously in the last podcast, you are physically disabled. People and mentally. People always ask me, it's like, what does Carl have?
Yeah, I get that so much.
And
like,
I can't answer that question. So, will you say the full thing that you have?
Sure. It all rhymes, which is great. I have 3 things, so I'm like a triple cripple, as I like to say. People always get a face when I say like, but I'm a triple cripple. I have arthrogryphosis, which is really rare. Scoliosis and osteoporosis. So, all rhyme. It's great. I like to say I have a couple more osises just to freak people out, but they're the 3 things, and I get asked that a lot.
Yeah, it is confusing. And where does your height come into it? Because you're a small guy. So
the height is kind of like just the... They're 3 really random things, but I got 2 of them. I was born with arthrogryphosis, and I got the other 2 because of having arthrogryphosis. So the arthrogryphosis made me, I couldn't really walk as a kid, my joints kind of contracted, so I could never walk. And doctors told me that walking is the best way to make your bones strong, putting weight on it and letting gravity do its job. But I didn't walk, so then my bones got really soft. And that was the whole osteoporosis thing. That's why I break bones. I have like 30, I think I'm on 34, 35. I've kind of lost count now of broken bones.
A lot of broken bones.
But And then the whole soft bones kind of went with the scoliosis, which like my spine curves and bends down. I have like a camel hump. It's really cool. When I'm really drunk, I like to say, my humps, my lovely cripple humps.
It stores alcohol for whenever you need it.
I'm always drunk because of it. But yeah, so they kind of, it was a build on kind of thing. But that's why I'm small, because again, can't walk, never really got the growth spurt because I never really stretched out my spine like that.
Okay, so that was something that I don't think I've ever asked you that question. I'm trying to stick to questions because I haven't really gapped into it.
We should explain why we're doing this interview with a cripple. Basically, it's great clickbait.
Yeah,
fantastic. My God, you put that title in.
Views.
Yeah, you say wheelchair cripple, people just click, and that's what we're all about.
And to the angry person, write in the comment right now.
Oh yeah,
you know what I say? Ka-ching.
We had a video. We put out a song the other. How long was it now? It was probably a couple of weeks ago now.
Yeah.
But we titled it like "Our pal in a wheelchair raps better than you" or something, and we got like a good response. We got like 40,000 views or 43 or whatever it's on now.
Yeah, it's
but
well.
The only thing we had was people like, "Why did you have to say the wheelchair thing?" And they were all upset about it in the comments. Just a couple of people. But at the same time, when we don't say the wheelchair, when we don't mention it,
no one gives a fuck.
No one cares. Like, the people giving the angry comments, like, you should just go on your own merit, on your musical ability. I'm like, yeah, we get that.
We've been trying
when
that.
We do that, we've been doing that for years and no one cares.
It's, I'd understand for, like, I think people commenting, like, I think one person mentioned that it was just like their cousin or something had a disability. I don't think every person with a similar disability yourself is as comfortable as you are with it.
Well, everyone has different, ways of dealing with it. I think whatever way gets you, feeling good about it is okay. So some people don't like to say the word cripple. Like, I love that shit.
Yeah, I don't even think that's politically correct anymore. Is it?
No, it's real bad. But at the same time, it's because it's kind of politically incorrect. Yeah. I like it because sometimes people are kind of nervous around me when they first meet. Like, oh, hello, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't want to mention it. Pretend like I can't see anything. But if I say that, they're like, okay, he's fine with it. I'll say whatever.
Yeah, and it's everyone. I've noticed that the new people that meet you, it's always like they try to pet you, or
they're eggshells and they have their guard up.
But it's just like when someone brings in a new doggy, you're just like, and you're kind of hello. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and it's just a human reaction, and it's funny. That you'd say that because everyone's kind of just really uncomfortable with the C word, the cripple word, and
I get that. I don't use that all the time. With like friends, I would use it more, I'd say.
Yeah, I think I would refer, like if someone else was to call, like a randomer you met 2 seconds ago, like, hey, what's up, cripple? Like,
that would piss me off. Like, I don't know you. You can't be saying that shit.
You have to be in a friend circle for that to happen.
Exactly.
But so going back when you were a kid, when
here comes the interview.
Yeah, here's the interview.
God, I'm nervous. I don't open up. Anyone who knows me,
you have to open up.
Jordan, you've been my friend for like 7 years now, I'd say.
Yeah.
And you've never seen me open up.
I've never really dipped into it because I like you for your good looks and your personality, obviously. But
I feel like my answers are gonna really suck.
That's okay if they suck. They suck. Yeah. It's just a lot of people always ask me these questions about you that they obviously don't feel comfortable asking you.
Me, yeah.
So I think it'd be good to do a little interview. But anyway, going back to it, when you were a kid, when did the penny drop for you that? I'm not going to say you were different to everyone else, but...
pretty early on. As you know, like, I love, like, football, soccer for anyone in America, that kind of football.
Soccer ball.
Yeah. I loved football, and in school, anytime, you're on lunchtime or recess, again, for anyone listening in America, you'd play football, and I was always, like, at the side for a lot of years, like, Mom, why can't I play? It's just like, oh shit, how do I tell them? But that was when I was kind of like, when will I walk? And even the doctors, like, at the very beginning, because as I said, it only started off with one, the arthrogryphosis. So there was like, they didn't know how it was going to go. But now that when I got the 3 different things like, yeah, you're probably not going to be a walker.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, it was like I tried to use the wheelchair as little as possible. And there actually was, believe it or not, there was, I think when I was 7, I could walk without crutches or anything.
Fuck, that's mad.
Yeah, you would have been amazed to see it. I was really excited. I used to walk everywhere, and like it was like, Carl, you should probably calm down. I was like, no, I can do it. Look at me now. It was like the hobble limb, like, oh. But
was it worth it, that 1 year of walking?
It was pretty cool.
Look at
yeah,
you now.
yeah. But yeah, just kind of down. Like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna walk. It was kind of a slow burn. You always have that down. Like, you never know. Could get superpowers one day. That's what you are as a kid. Like, you don't really real life doesn't really dawn on you
blissful
that much. Yeah, really, exactly.
It's odd that that it would work like that for you, because obviously, like, things like obviously get more complicated with your I don't want to call it a disease.
Condition.
Condition. That's the correct word. Yeah, it was. I always kind of wondered what it was like growing up with that, because obviously you, growing up with it, have known nothing different to not being able to.
I think that's one of the things I'm kind of happy with, is that like, it wasn't like I was in a horrible car accident or, you know, something that I lost the ability. I've never known what I'm kind of missing out on, really. Like, even when I did have that walking year, it was limped kind of walking. It wasn't proper running or striding, being able to walk a long distance. So I've never really felt like I'm missing out. It's just been, I know nothing else, you know?
Yeah.
Like, getting in a wheelchair and all, it's normal to me. So I've never really been that heartbroken over it.
Yeah, it's a strange... It's always odd to me, because you come across as such a normal person to, like, conversate with, as in, like, you've never been, like, even when we were in school and we weren't exactly the coolest kids in the school together, but, like, you were never introverted. You were always up for a fucking session or a fucking this and that, where there's people who don't have your condition and are so, like, introverted, as in socially, as in you were always, I know we're always like, we're social sponges, we pick up fucking trends, we love that shit.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't even have real accents, we just take anything.
But don't mention the accents.
Yeah. We'll explain that later.
The raw fans in the comments will understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just came across so, you're so socially not flexible, but, like, you're so down to earth. You knew what was going on and shit. No, I'm just saying this honestly. This is what I came across, because I know it's going to sound awful, but it's usually people with that kind of condition would kind of be more introverted, away from kind of social standards and stuff. Which it was cool that you kind of took the high road, and, like, you're at every party, you're at this and that. So, getting back into your disabilities and stuff. What
the clickbait?
The clickbait. Oh Jesus. When was your worst kind of break spawn wise?
Oh, that's...
I'm not going to say which break was the worst, but what age even was it when it was just, like, constantly fucking...
I think the worst would have been, like, I got to think about this. I've had a few bad ones, and I've had a few not too bad ones. Like, you know, you remember when I broke both my legs?
Yeah.
Like, I had broken both my legs before that, and I had broken them in 4 different spots on each leg. It was it was like a mirror thing. It was all, like, below the knee, like the other time, but they were all, like, just fractures and shit like that, so it was fine. But I think the worst, like, memory-wise, like, the worst time was probably when I was about 13, 14, when I got that, I don't know if I've talked on it long, is the Elizarov fixator.
Yeah.
It's like, anyone's probably seen it if they look at those drunk driving ads, and the survivors afterwards, they're normally trying to walk with the Elizarov thing. It's basically like a bicycle wheel through your leg. They kind of put a lot of pins through your bones and all, and a wheel around it, and a couple of those, and try and keep it in place. But I had one of those, and I've had it like 3 times in my life. Like, I've had it on my arm, my leg 3 times, but once was arm and leg at the same time. But this would be the last time I had it, and I was even saying to the doctor, like, yo, we had a big, like, I used to make scenes in the hospital. I was no, I know better than you. And this doctor with a million degrees, he used to be on telly, he goes to Russia every year to help the orphans and all, he's a great guy. But I made him look like an asshole. Because I was just that bratty. I was like, nuh-uh, listen to me. But at the end of the day, I was right. Because I said to him, I'd broken my femur, and he was like, probably should put an Elizarov on. Because it's going to keep breaking over and over. Because the bone, because it was soft, it kind of curve shaped, became like a C shape. It was bow-legged, basically. And any time I would stand up, it was a risk of breaking it.
Yeah.
And, you know, from me doing it before, femur breaks are bad. So, it was necessary, but at the time I was just moody, and I was like, no, it's a terrible idea. And I knew something would go bad, because every time I've had the Elizarov, it's, you know, something's gone wrong, because I have brittle bones, and it's just the chance for accidents happens. But I had it in anyway, and it was going well for a couple months. You have it on for like 3 to 6 months, I think. And then I broke my leg with the Elizarov on. Like, I had a new fracture.
Oh, Jesus.
And, like, the pins going through it, which are pretty thick. You've seen the scars and all. Like, they're like, I call them my bullet holes. They look like bullet holes on my leg. That shit's gangster. But yeah, that broke. And then I was basically stuck. And that kind of made more of the scoliosis happen. Because it was a weird thing. I was kind of talking to a psychologist after. I was more afraid of my leg. Because anytime I twist to or turn to it, it would hurt. Because I wouldn't move for a while with the broken leg. I was bedbound and all. So I kind of twisted my body. You know the way, even looking at me now, I know you guys listening can't see it. I kind of lean to one side.
Yeah.
Like, I lean away from that leg. Because lying on the bed, I would sleep and I would turn away from my leg. I try and get my head as far away from that hip as possible. And it was a weird thing like that. But that was probably the most pain I had been through. And, yeah, that was when they gave me the morphine sticks, which...
As in the
lollipops.
Lollipops?
They were great. Because I was only a kid, so I was going to a children's hospital, so they would give me lollipops with morphine in them. And my God, guys, it was basically heroin sticks. And they were fucking amazing. And my mum was like, oh, okay. And she, like, stole a couple, just like...
shit.
I know Carl's going to break his leg again. And the next time I broke my leg, I was like, woo! It's all good.
You're going to have to cut that out. Eh? Linda will kick your ass if she hears that.
It's fine.
You know me. I ain't going to cut this out.
We don't
I'm
edit.
pouring a drink right now.
Yeah.
Editing the audio.
We have awkward shit. It doesn't matter. One bad thing we've done, we never even tested this. Last time we tested it.
No, I tested it before you came in,
okay,
so
cool,
it's cool.
cool.
It'll be totally fine.
Yeah.
But no, that's...
Yeah, so that's probably the worst break. I've had other bad ones, like, come close to it.
Yeah.
I think the initial break wasn't that bad, but as a lasting thing, it was the most painful.
And what age were you around this stage?
I was 14, I think. 13, 14.
Fuck.
It was. I had my birthday around then with the Elizarov on, so I can't remember.
Happy birthday to you, asshole.
Yeah.
Here's
Oh, it's great. Happy birthday.
Here's a metal dome to say, asshole.
Yeah.
I have.
I've had funny breaks as well though. Like breaking my collarbone is probably the funniest story because that happened in school and I was trying to impress some girls. So I was like, I can do push-ups with my legs in the air, and I could. But this one time I was doing push-ups on the table in school, and on like number 2, I just felt a crack. I was, but everyone was watching. I was like,
no pain, no
gain.
Number
170, 189, 190. Oh, I won't get to 200, sorry guys. And everyone was like, wait. And secretly, I was like, yo, take me to reception and call my mom. Call my mom quick. I thought I dislocated my shoulder that day. I was like,
Jesus fucking Christ.
But me trying to be real cool, I was like, but that just shows like how prideful I am. I was like, no, there's girls watching. I have to at least do another 3.
Watching, yeah. Well, mate, true Jordan, you'd be proud of you if you heard that story. You always put comedy to the whole. I nearly said cripple thing.
The cripply thing, yeah.
I find that amazing how you use like I think that's kind of where our comedy sense comes in. Why we enjoy the kind of black comedy, dark humor.
Yeah.
Where that comes across in you is because it's just you don't laugh, you cry. I think that's a saying that's really true.
I fully agree with that. Like, imagine I just told you that story without the funny side.
Yeah, like this could be a completely different podcast.
So I was screaming in pain, and I was only a 13-year-old boy. My birthday ruined, Jordan. I can't get over that. I have nightmares about it.
Yeah, well, I think you kind of have to in that situation. Stay sane.
Yeah, it's just it's all about your outlook on it. Like, you can choose how something makes you feel, you know?
That's cool. I like that.
And if you want to be upset by something, you can let it, but it's not easy. Like, it's not easy to always be like, hey, it's all good. And at the time, you're like, this is the worst thing ever. But at least looking back on it, you can be like, there's always some sort of funny side. Even if it is a little bad. As people always say, like, you guys are a little mean to Carl. Do you remember Alex the first time he met me and Stovey and he thought we hated each other?
Yeah, he did.
Because we were outside Stovey's our AZ, our other band member.
Shout out to Andrew. Andrew, say hello.
Yeah, he's here again, guys.
He's a quiet guy, this guy. No, and it's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, Alex thought you guys had hated each other
because that night out your back garden. Yeah,
and I think we kind of do, especially with Luke and stuff. May he rest in peace.
Luke's gonna be listening. He's like, what?
Motherfucker, fuck him. He had literally. It was always kind of a thing when like we're sessioning in his gaff or anywhere else, and there'd be new people coming up. The kind of unspoken thing the three of us did was just like we just rip into you,
just tear into me, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
You crippled fuck, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you're fucking taking up your wheelchair's taking up half the room,
and just look at their faces, basically,
just to see the reaction because people are not cool. Remember when Leanna and Courtney came up?
Oh, the tension! It was the music was lowered down. I was like, what did you say to him? I said, this little crippled asshole is getting in my way with that big wheelchair. I can't walk around.
Leanna was like nearly crying.
Yeah.
Like, over that. Like, she was like, so like, this is not okay.
Because I don't make it easy on you guys. Like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to be in the way. Like the monster, yeah.
Right, you're just like, oh, you wheelchaired fuck. It's like, yep, well, your daddy doesn't love you. You know, it's just always back and forth. Well, you got to roast. Yeah,
you gotta roast your buddies.
Yeah,
like
you roast us, we roast you.
But that was one of the things why I even kind of adopted the whole call me crippled and be ruthless, because I don't know if it's an Irish thing, but your closest mates you roast hard, like you slag them hard.
Yeah.
And that was always, when I was younger, I noticed no one ever made a joke about me. I was never really involved in the hard slagging around, and I was like, aw, kind of let down. But I was like, you can make fun about the wheelchair, I don't mind.
No, you got to be involved in the fun, like.
And that's why the kind of like saying cripple and all, it kind of just lets people let their guard down. It's like, I can risk it. I can make the joke, and then everyone laughs. Like, it's good.
You're like Batman, embrace the fear, of the bats.
Embrace the darkness. I am the cripple.
And now, in later life, obviously you've had a whole. We could sit here for hours talking about the stories of the different breaks and bits and bobs and stuff like that. Obviously, we know the college story. You got through okay. Obviously, it was a wheelchair accessible place.
Yeah. Shout out ITT. It was pretty wheelchair accessible. Good job.
How's going back to the finishing college thing as an adult? How do you find that your condition is treating you in the world, getting around and stuff?
Do you mean searching for a job being in a wheelchair?
Yeah, just after.
It sucks asshole because 3 times I've had the opportunity to get a job and they're like, oh yeah, there's steps in everywhere. I was like, cool. Will I just have a desk on the street or something?
I didn't think they could legally do that though.
They fully can.
Can they?
Like, they're not meant to, but what am I gonna sue everyone who turns me down because the building? I won't win. If it's an old building, I can't do shit about it. And everywhere in Dublin city centre is an old building with a step up into it.
I would have thought they'd have the right to tell you, listen, it's not wheelchair accessible, but they couldn't say, sorry, we can't give you the job because of that reason. Surely unless there's a fucking loophole, I don't know.
Well, it's kind of comes as like if you can't get into the building, you can't have the job, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like even
that's fucking
like
stupid as well. That's real bad. Fucking 2018. Surely fucking you can build a wheelchair ramp.
I'm pretty sure there is a rule like any new building being built now has to be built.
Has to be wheelchair accessible.
So I can be. But even
the older ones,
even our school, like I was interviewed by everyone before I got in there because I was the first person in a wheelchair. I was the first disabled person. I know now. When we were leaving, there was a load of them.
Oh, they're just fucking everywhere.
Yeah, just filling up the place.
Just in the car park chasing butterflies. I'm sorry. I've been drinking.
But yeah, like all the ramps in there were put in because of me.
Yeah.
Because I had to go with an interview with Little Walsh, I think. Was the principal's name at the time.
As Nigel, our friend, always said, we had an assembly about you.
Yeah, Jordan was a couple of our friends were a year earlier than me, like a year older. So they had an assembly like, okay guys, there's a little boy in a wheelchair coming in. Be nice to him.
No, she's fully like, don't act
I'm not
going to say her name there, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Was she principal at the time?
No, she was vice because she became principal when I was there.
We're in school, vice principal took us in assembly, and it was real serious as well. She was like, seriously, no fucking about. Like, you see him.
Brilliant.
Like, she was just like, you fucking lay a finger on this asshole. Oh boy.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
And again, I did get that feeling when I got in there. Everyone was pretty scared of me. They're like, "Hey, buddy, you want an apple or something?" I remember there was a food fight once, and someone threw an apple. Someone ducked, and I got the apple in the chin, and I was like straight in the face. My nose was kind of like bloody, and I was like, and you know the way like at a food fight, screaming, and it was
silence.
Oh shit. And everyone's like,
what have I done?
Yeah, everyone looks at the guy looks at me and is like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. And I was like, man, fuck you. I just gave him the finger and I was like, whoa, thank God. Because all I had to do was go, and he would have been, yep, I'm getting expelled.
He would have threw his wallet, his phone, everything he owned. Yeah, because we had the assembly over you. Because it was just like, there was this guy coming to this school who's in a wheelchair, blah, blah, blah. And did you have your electric in the first year?
No.
No, that's what I remember.
I didn't. I had the manual and I couldn't get around by myself and all.
So your helper had to push you everywhere, did she?
Yeah. Oh, we can shout her out, Miss Dillon, superstar.
Superstar, Miss Dillon.
Yeah, I feel so bad. In the first year, I was, again, just becoming a teenager. I was a moody little asshole. Yeah. And I used to just ditch her all the time. I was like, hey, miss, I'd like, take me out the back. And, you know, there's scenes of her chasing me down in the, like, out in the air. I was like, you can't catch me. I'm going to go smoke at the assembly. I'm going to go to the bullets. It's probably good that you could always catch me.
It's funny, your attitude. You're a little shit.
I was a little asshole.
But, as we all were, in fairness.
Yeah, but as I got older, she was amazing. She's probably the only reason I made it, because I was a shit student, as in, I was the guy who never had a pen. But also, everyone else thought, Karl always has a pen. Because every day I'd be like, Miss Dillon, I don't have a pen. And she'd be like, here's 7 again.
You stupid asshole.
Yeah, it's like, thank you. And then I'd give them to everyone. You guys want a pen? Next day, Miss Dillon,
I lost those 45
pens
yesterday. Good times at that school.
Good times reminiscing, you know.
Yeah.
But I do miss it.
Yeah, it's a question I always get asked off the topic of school and the disabled thing. A question, like, it's more of like a how, you know what I mean? Like, how does he operate with a big old smile on his face all the time, man? It's, I remember, like, for an example, which person it was, but remember you were playing pool in Morton's, our not so local pub. Shout out to them guys.
I'm great at pool. Shout out to Morton's.
Yeah. And you were playing. Now Karl plays with his crutch on the pool table because the pool cue is just.
It's really long.
I
can't carry it around.
I didn't want to say it.
It's taller than me. Like, I'm holding it, and it's like I'm holding a staff. Like, you shall not pass.
But I remember, like, them watching you in your I think you're in. No, you're
No, I
in,
was
like
in my-
your
I was
wheelchair,
on my-
and you were cropped up with one crutch, and you were shooting the pool ball with the other.
Yeah.
And she was crying. She was fully like so upset, just like, you can't do something simple like play pool like a normal person. I'm like, yeah, because he's really shit.
Shit, you lost to me.
Yeah, you beat me a couple of
I'm
times.
not bad at pool.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with me? But yeah, no. How does that make you feel? Like with because you are like people are just like, he's such an inspiration. You know, like when you laugh.
It's
but you
because
are though.
I have
an
heard
inspiration to some people.
people always say I'm an inspiration. Like, I am not an inspiration at all.
This whole thing.
I am an alcoholic. I don't have a job, guys.
Yeah.
Look at me, kids. I'm drunk again.
Wanna be just like me.
Yeah. I don't know. You said it earlier about the whole if you don't laugh, you cry thing. I'd say there is something in that. I don't know, maybe it's repressing it. I try not to think of it too much.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can always find the negative in anything.
True.
But you can also always find the positive. So it's kind of the choice what do you look for? It's like, you could look at that like, yeah, I can't play pool properly, you know, I have to use my crutch. Or it's like, oh, I can play pool. Everyone thinks I can't, but I can play pool. And I can do it better because my crutch has a wider end than a pool cue, so really I have an advantage instead of a disadvantage. It's just things like that, and I know you're saying the whole happy face and all, and you're not the only person to ask me that. I don't have a great answer for it. I know everyone would love, but like, yeah, this one time I just decided I was down, everyone was counting me out, I was like, no, I'm gonna beat this, but no, it's not like that. It was just you just gotta keep going. Yeah.
I was gonna rise above it all.
Nah, I worked hard and I was still not able to walk.
I took a step there to my nose.
Good job, buddy.
Oh, the bubbles.
Yeah. I kind of sometimes I even get uncomfortable when people ask me, "How do you do it?"
He was like, I have no other fucking choice.
There was one time in college and we had to film in the hospital, and this old guy, I don't know if he was drunk or if he was on a lot of painkillers, but we were just outside and he just walked up to me in front of everyone and was like, this guy, he's an inspiration, he's a little hero, just smiling on, powering through. I broke my arm and I can't do anything. And I was, please go away.
Get the fuck away from me.
Thanks, mister. And I was like looking to everyone else like, answer for me. I don't know what to say. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's an Irish thing. We don't know how to take a compliment or anything like that.
Yeah. It is an odd one. And it makes it feel like, as honestly as one of your best friends. I've had times in my life where I've been depressed and fucking, you know, coming into your gaffs after like a breakup, swinging a bottle of whiskey, cursing God, just being like, I just wish I was fucking dead. I hate this life. Why do I have to go through this shit? Yeah. And then there's you just skirting around in a wheelchair. Just like, yeah, life's real tough, isn't it, buddy? You know?
That's brilliant.
And it is an outlook to have that I hope the rest of our friends have, where it's just like, oh shit, like it could, like, I'm not being like it could be so much worse, but the way you make the best out of your situation, people should really look at.
I think that is true. Like, even though like to you, it's probably bad to be me, but like it could be way worse. Like middle class, sort of. You know, I mean,
we're both middle working class.
Yeah, we're both middle working class.
We should have money, but we're always broke.
You know, we're two white guys in Ireland, which isn't a really war state, so it could be worse. You could be like a child in poverty with a war-torn country, so you can't really moan about what you have and all, you know.
Well, some guy said my bandana looks stupid the other day. I was real upset about that.
Yeah, that was the ender for me. I just wanted to end it all after that. I think also my mom and dad probably deserve a lot of credit. They are so good
to you, in fairness, like the way
they knew early on, you know, it's like, your son's he's going to be disabled. Like, the second I was born, I think it was, they realised, like, Carl's getting a bit old now, he hasn't taken his first steps or anything.
Yeah.
Brought me to the hospital, I was like, yeah, he's not going to work. Actually, at first, the doctor wanted to amputate this arm and this leg.
Oh my Jesus.
Yeah. And if they hadn't gotten a second opinion from Mr. Murr, the guy who was
we're name dropping now, are we?
that I cursed out. Fucking no one's gonna hear this.
Shout out to Mr. Moore.
He's on telly, everyone knows him.
Sure. Right, go on.
Yeah. But if it wasn't for him, I'd be like waving at you with one arm right now, like, hello. You want a hug? Just the one.
You have a real excuse for not having a job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if anything, you haven't looked out. You've
yeah. But back to my mum and dad, they were always like, well, let's not baby him, let's just treat him like that. And they were also pretty, hard on me. They would slag me and all, like any parent would, and they kind of give me a bit of a thick skin, and I think that helped,
And in primary school, I think primary school is arguably could be worse than secondary in regards to bullying and stuff. Whereas there are ever times, because I don't think in secondary school you came across it a lot, but
in primary school really was it in secondary school?
Like we're like, you're in a wheelchair.
No, it was never a mean thing. Yeah. Like I don't think I was ever properly bullied. There was some kids that were just assholes, but it wasn't being a bully. They were just assholes to everyone, including me, which is not discrimination in any way. If they were really nice to me, I'm like, oh, I see. Don't bully me, because I'm in a wheelchair. I'm that little asshole.
Yeah, I was bullied in both primary and secondary. Well, for the early years, but I had long hair and wore eyeliner, so I kind of brought it on myself.
I definitely felt like left out of things in primary school, but that was just because no one really wanted to, upset me, so no one really hanged out with me, I was the kind of, I had one friend per time. There was a time I went through, I wouldn't even go outside at lunchtime. I would stay in the classroom and someone would come in and talk to me. Oh. Yeah, because I was like, no, if I go out, no one's going to want to do it. Because, you're running as a kid, you're playing games, no one wants to bump into me. And it's like,
I was much cooler. I used to go outside and pee by myself rather than in the classroom.
You were the cool, mysterious loner.
No, it wasn't. Look at the asshole in the corner over there. I was too shit at football. I was not good with the ladies, so I used to sit in the corner and I don't know what I did. I think I kicked a milk carton from my primary school years. Couldn't even bring a football. Every time I did bring a football in, the bullies would take it away from me and play football with it.
No, it's football you got there. Yeah, it is.
It wasn't even like, hey, do you want to have a kick about? It was just like,
give it to me. Pass it.
It's a quick off story for that. When I was in primary school, I had a football, and it was a Premier League ball. You know, the white one with the blue going around it, like the Nike ball?
Oh, yeah.
The one you can get a sweet ass volley from it, any football fan would know. And I was playing with it by myself, doing some volleys. And the big crowd of the bullies, per se, came up. They were like, hey, give me that football. And 6 of them charged at me, right? So I had the ball at my foot. And the first guy that came in, he tried to tackle the ball off me, I foot rolled him. I skilled it around them. And they all stopped and they all went, oh! And then they punched me and took the ball anyway.
And then they picked me up.
I'm like, what? Skills on this guy.
And you were unaccepted. Whack!
No, you're not. Well, back to you anyway.
I think
I need a therapy session, not you. We can do another one on me one day, maybe.
Yeah.
I think for our next one we should do I'd like to do Stobie on the cancer side of things.
That'd be I don't think sweet. We'll explain that quickly for the people listening who don't know.
We had a friend who survived cancer essentially.
From a young age. We'll leave it. It's a teaser for the thing. If you want to talk about
another trailer.
Yeah.
But we like this whole cripple thing. I've never really had this conversation with you. We've never really had the full conversation with Andrew, as in start to finish. What's going through your mind? But definitely we'll get him in. But it's kind of my own thoughts on you. I'll do a little summary thing here.
Oh, okay.
It is amazing how you deal with it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. I think you're mentally above a lot of people, as in to not give in to the sadness that could, or even the frustration rather. I'd say it's more of a pissed off thing. You could be like, why God, why me? You know, I admire you for that. I really do.
Do you want a hug?
When the recording's off, that's when the hugging starts. But no, seriously,
thanks, though.
no, it's not even a thank you. It's just, and I think it's just like now it's mad in your later years how like you are so popular now with friends. Look at you looking at me. No, I ain't. But you are like fucking. Your life is the soul of every fucking party we go to, and
oh shit, tearing up, guys.
But no, I admire your mental strength from being someone who. Something stupid fucking triggers me off. Like someone says something to me that on another day at like I just be like, yeah, okay, and I'm just like, I can't believe that fucking asshole would say that to me. You know me, I'm so fucking bipolar sometimes. You show a lot of mental strength. I wish I had that. Really. I wish I had that.
I try and be chill. You know, I feel once you're not chill, like I'm chill out of stubbornness sometimes. If I'm you know, even in an argument or someone's trying to piss me off, I feel like if I do get pissed off, it's like, shit, they fully got me there.
Yeah,
they
fuck, I've done to go back from that.
So they could be really a cunt to me. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. It's all good. I'm chill.
You're good. And I'm glad, like, I was scared when we were having this and I was thinking of this interview and I haven't really depth into your emotions. That's not for me to do.
No, you can fully try it. I'd love to try it. I just...
No, you're a brick fucking wall. You're not kicking a football against it. Just go straight back to you. No, I don't think so. With yourself emotionally, I think you're pretty keyed in. I've lost my train of thought. I'm really drunk. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll just try and carry on that. We'll go with me with the emotions thing. That was the one thing I was kind of nervous when we were talking about this beforehand. And George's like, yeah, I'll do an interview.
That's what
with
it
you.
was. I was really scared that a lot of shit was going to come out.
I was like, that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
I never really felt like I fit in.
I don't think it's the case with you. I think you're pretty keyed in emotionally, as in like you're just like, yeah, this is the way it is.
But even we were saying like, I was worried that I was just going to be really bad at telling you any story because I always feel like I remember my childhood very poorly. Like everyone has, I've got great memories from being a kid. It's like, I don't really remember. Even cartoons and all, I can barely remember.
Sure, you only watched Space Jam for the first time a few months ago.
Yeah.
Fucking lost my shit.
I was like, do I have like a bunch of repressed memories? And I was like, are they all going to come out in this podcast?
Perhaps that's for a therapist. On another podcast.
I had a therapist before. I was not court demanded, but like the hospital demanded I see it.
What the fuck?
No, the hospital demanded I see a therapist for that exact. Remember, I was saying the worst break I had, and I had to see a therapist, and she was like, he's not talking to me. He seems fine. I was like, okay. But now I regret that because like I do think therapy does work for a lot of people, and I think, you know, even though we're talking about me not opening up too much, I think it is important to open up and stuff like if you need to. So I regret being so closed off. I was just kind of young and moody, and I was a bit like, no, I'm a guy. Guys shouldn't open up that much.
I think you're very in key with your emotions, even though you might have needed the therapy for certain things. I think that's where your kind of strength comes from as well, dealing with your condition. I think that's it for you. That's why you're so in key with your emotions, is because
maybe
I think it's just the strength because you're just like, I have to deal with this shit. I can't fucking swat a fly without breaking my fucking arm. Do you know what I mean?
Life goes on.
So yeah, exactly. Life goes on. Life's a bitch. Then you die. You know. I think. It's a good mental attitude to have because considering for an Irish male, because we're all fucking depressed as fuck over in this country. I
think we have one of the worst rates in Europe, or the worst rate for suicide for young males our age, exactly. Because either they don't talk about it and they do it, or they do talk about it, but it's such a hush-hush thing that no one cares, and then they do it anyway, you know.
And it's a troubling thing for males, especially as well, because I remember growing up, like 13, 14, seeing depressed people and thinking just like, oh mate, just get the fuck over it. Do you know what I mean? Just like,
yeah, I was definitely in that bracket.
I was in that bracket.
Like,
I'm sorry to say that it's frustrating when you don't have it, but once you go through it, you do understand the kind of fucking especially growing up in my 20s now. It is a thing, unfortunately, that it's just you do have to speak to someone.
It's just during that culture, like you're still a kid at that age, and you're just going off what other people say. You're making your decisions off that.
So you see the emo fucking thing, and the you know I don't know if anyone probably listening to this doesn't remember the emo phase of it was like you're like a mix between a rocker and a goth, and you just go around listening to My Chemical Romance, Blood on the Dance Floor, have
and you'd say you're real
hair,
depressed, but you never actually.
But there was people cutting themselves apparently for attention. So that I was raised in that mentality when it was just like I associated that with it's like, oh, that's attention seeking.
Yeah, you're attention seeking. Your mental illness is a fashion trend, not an actual problem.
But I think once you go through that in the later stages of your life, it's just like it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But in comparison to you, I think you're right. Yeah, it needs to be brought up. But I'm glad that you've overcome it. You are. I think it's built your personality from it, as in like you're very strong at the mind.
It's weird that we've actually said something pretty, I think, deep there. You know, pretty socially aware. We're wasted. just so you guys know, we're running low on the bottle. I'm looking at that and I was like,
We'll get another
2. We have a problem.
Yeah, but look, I like having these conversations. As you said, your friend
Saoirse?
No, not Saoirse. Alcohol is a social lubricant.
Oh, Emma Kane. Shout out Emma Kane.
Shout out. But that's so true.
It is, because
it'd be hard to have this conversation sober.
Yeah, definitely. Because again, it is just hard to talk about, like, bringing up tough stuff, but with a few drinks on you, you know, shit comes out. You just want to talk, you know?
Yeah, it's good.
Even with strangers, I'd be comfortable saying this, which is crazy.
You're good. You should be like that's a career for you, dude, like a speaker.
A motivational speaker kind of thing?
Yeah, you could do. Or not even motivational, but you could just go tell your story to fucking skills and all.
I wouldn't say motivation, because, like, I'm actually really bad at cheering people up. As cheery as I am, I'm like, it's okay, we're all gonna die one day, right? Ta-da!
In the grand scheme of the universe, your problem right now is meaningless.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't cry, because nothing's worth anything, you know? Why cry? It solves nothing. So does smiling, so just may as well smile.
It's true.
Yeah. So don't let me cheer people up.
Well, but you're good, as in, like, you're a good person to have a conversation with, as in to be real. I think that's what your condition has done is harden you emotionally also, but so it's just, you're not literally like, life's a bitch, get over it, but you're kind of just like, it's just fucking...
I feel like that can be a stereotype as well.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, person in a wheelchair, hard done by.
Yeah.
You know, they're tough and angry. It's like, no. Just don't want to be a stereotype. Like, you can't judge me. You don't know
your own
me.
Thing. You do your own thing, and I respect that a lot. I really do.
I don't know if there's anything
Do you need a top up there?
I do.
Give me that here.
This is when everybody remembers that we're getting really drunk on this podcast.
I think if they listen to the first episode, and thank you so much for the reception on the first episode, by the way. We'll get to the emails now.
Yeah, we do.
Can you get your phone out, actually?
That's what I was thinking. We got emails. Couldn't believe it, like...
That people actually emailed in. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Can't even remember. It's been so long since...
Yeah. I feel sorry for those guys. They probably put the email in. They'll never hear this actual podcast because we were so slow to doing it. We went a little bit viral on a music thing, and
we kind of focus into that. Yeah. I promise we'll try to keep the podcast coming for a weekly or bi-weekly basis.
Yeah. It's gas that this was meant to be a weekly thing. We said that on the first one.
Yeah.
Here we are a month and a half later.
They will be coming though.
Yeah. Okay. I think we may as well do the emails now, because
you can be the Lawrence here.
They're good questions. I'll pull them out. Right.
How many was there? 2 or 3? Was it?
Yeah. I think there was 3. No, maybe 2. I don't know. Right. This is from... Oh, don't mention my name.
We nearly fucked up the first email. And this is a milestone of a podcast. Second episode in, we're reading out an email that someone sent in.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't even get 100 views in the thing, but that's... It's amazing that you guys sent it in. Thank you. Right. Like your podcast. Please don't say my name. We're going to call you Billy.
Billy, okay.
Billy, okay. I have a friend who I like very much. I've known her for a long time. Problem, she is dating my best friend, but she has been sending me messages about how unhappy she is. I think she likes me. Should I make a move? I would very much like to hear your drunk opinion on this.
Yeah, well,
they clearly listen. Well, here you go. That's a real podcast.
Yeah.
I can't even say my words.
Podcast.
Podcast.
Well,
but
yeah, Billy. The only thing when I read that is the emphasis on the best friend word that first came up to me.
Is it your best friend or just someone you know?
Yeah.
We're going to take... I think we should take it as best friend, like you and me.
Well, if you said best friend, do you know what I mean? You're stating that the person is your best
homie,
friend.
like your mate.
If the girlfriend's unhappy, oftentimes I find is that if you're best friends with someone, obviously they're going to be spending time with their girlfriend, which will also be spent. That means they're spending time with you. So obviously your best friend's girlfriend in this scenario has obviously regards you as one of her best friends. I think because she's probably been spending so much time with you as her partner is her best friend. Now I'm friends with a lot of girls. No.
My man.
Yeah. And they do tend to text me about relationship issues and stuff like that. Not going to say any names, that cause a fucking shitstorm right there. And what I found is that some lads just have fucking mentalities of just like, this girl is talking to me all the time.
She must love me.
She loves me with all her heart and soul.
There is a lot of guys like that.
And there's no... Is there... You probably know. Is there... There's something's law. Is that... that friendship can't exist between males and females. It's always going to be something sexual.
There is. That's kind of just mindset. You know,
there's actually a terminology. I heard it before for it. But no, I don't believe in that. I do believe you can't be friends with opposite sex and there's nothing there.
Now, if this guy, maybe he's thinking like, yeah, she's saying it, but she's also giving me the eyes.
She wants me.
I'm just going to go straight with the answer. I think it might not be worth it because...
If she's only texting you about her problems, dude, you're a person to talk to. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe like, you should tell your mate like, yo, you gotta put in more of an effort with your girlfriend or something, but you shouldn't be like, go with her and ditch your best friend, because... It's not even a bros before hoes thing, but like, you know, assuming they're your best friend, you've probably known them longer that way. And just because things aren't working out between those two doesn't mean things are going to work out between you and her.
Absolutely.
You could destroy two friendships, really. Yeah,
because if you say she does like you, you make a move and things go to shit, you've then lost your best friend who you will lose for going with her, and you'll lose her too. So I just think...
the best thing could be to be a mediator between those two and try and
look, if you're not comfortable enough with advice, just even dropping subtle hints to the feller if you don't want to go up like, yo bro, your bitch is texting me.
But if she's saying things that she doesn't like, you know, that's upsetting her, and he's about to do something that you could tell she won't like, just, you know, drop in like, I don't know, man, think of whatever.
Just remember, friends are forever, dude. You don't want to fucking ruin that at all, just to have sexual intercourse with someone.
You sound young enough from what I was reading.
It's probably a fucking 13, 14-year-old.
Yeah, like, you know, life's about, you're not going to lose the love of your life, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, just with all drama. When there's that much drama involved, it normally never works.
I'd nope that shit and just be clever with it. Have a word with your mate, and I'd stay away from that shit because you don't want to end up losing your best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
We have another one there.
We do indeed. I don't know if this is the last one or the second last, but
I can't remember either.
This one, I remember reading this out to you. This is hi, I'm from Seattle, so that's crazy that someone from America listened to us. I thought it would only be like people from Ireland.
Can you tell me what genre was created in Seattle?
Genre of music?
Yeah. Well, not created, but like perfected.
No. I know blues was in New Orleans, or jazz.
It was grunge music.
Grunge. Oh, shit. That's cool. Oh, man, this question...
I say Savannah, Seattle. I'm drunk.
This question's pretty, it's pretty topical. I have a question. What is racism like in Ireland? Like, I get it a lot here in the USA. Kind regards. I don't know if we should say her name. I don't know if we should say her name or not, so just
okay, that's it.
Other Billy.
Other Billy.
So that's... Oh, jeez, that's a dangerous... Especially when you're drunk, that's a dangerous thing to talk about. Because this is going on the internet. And people, for some reason, thought I said the N-word on a song we put up. And I never did.
And for people listening, associate neck in a noose was the lyric.
Yeah, neck in a noose. People hear the N-word in there. I say it pretty fast, but...
Neck in a noose.
Neck in a noose.
Yeah, I can't hear the N-word in there. But
neck in a noose.
For Billy number 2, emailing that in, I've experienced small cases of it. I'm a white male in Ireland, so not personally, but I have friends who are of a other skin colour of a different race. I just don't want to say it without sounding
black.
Jesus Christ!
I don't think that's racist to say, or not. Like, I think it's...
Can't say African American because that's incorrect over here.
Yeah, they're not American at all, and African Irish just isn't a phrase. Black,
referred to as black.
Yeah, they're okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was younger, we had a lot of instances of racism with a couple of friends. One of my best friends is of a different skin colour.
Black.
Yeah, I don't even want to say it. I don't think that's right.
Once you like, when you're on the internet, like, oh, it's probably gonna upset someone.
It's just like an internet dictionary of shit you can't say. But,
it's the whole dictionary. Yeah. Can't say that. It's a tough topic for us to talk about because we are two white males. Like, we're pretty privileged in that way.
It is, and I'll actually tell you a little story about the racism I experienced. Really? So we were at a bar in Tala. Mm-hmm. Probably I was 18 years of age, and I was out with my girlfriend at the time. All my other friends, who I'm still my friends to this day. And my friend I won't say his name just in case. Yeah. Who was black. Bumped into some guy. We were going out for a cigarette, and bumped into him. Just as you would on a night out. You just it's packed and you go through it. And it wasn't a push or a fucking. It was literally just a kind of like oh shit, right?
Yeah, I do know the place you're talking about as well. I know the story. It is a bumpy place.
And my friend goes, "Oh, sorry about that, man."
Sorry about that, yeah.
And the guy turns to him and says, "I'm going to put this..." he had a bottle of Heineken in his hand, and he said, "I'm going to smash this bottle across your face, you N-word."
Racist slur, yeah. Just a bunch of racist slurs.
And my friend goes, "What?
Excuse me?"
And he goes, "Boom!" As in...
Yeah.
Slashed him across the face with the fucking bottle. Mm-hmm. And then chaos. It was a 12-man brawl and fucking...
I remember there was a chase and everything. You guys tried to chase the guy down, but he was fast.
Yeah.
And then I remember getting the Snapchats from all of his were all in Tala Hospital with him. Yeah. Because, what was it, 2 inches to the left and he would have been blind in one eye?
Got him on his cheek there. I think it was a couple of inches up.
Yeah, right. And on the nose. He had a scar on his nose.
On his nose as well.
Yeah.
And but that was an example of the racism. Then it was just something so stupid as that. Could have been alcohol that induced it or whatever, but it just shows the peace of mind that was there.
Yeah.
He had also gotten attacked for hanging out with us white people. Other black people.
That's crazy. That's like double racism?
I don't know. I don't know what to call it. So, and I've been out with him like now as a old man in my 20s. And there's been nights out and stuff when people, like, you do notice people looking.
I think I know what night you're thinking of that's coming back in your head. And there was that one guy who he didn't know that we were his friends because we all there was a big group of us, we separated around, mingling with other people. And this one guy was talking about, "There's this one black guy and he's looking at me wrong." And we were like, "Yeah, that black guy's my friend, by the way, you asshole." And literally doing nothing, not even... He's never looked at anyone wrong. He's just... It's because he's the only black guy in the club at that point.
Yeah.
But that's awful. I can only imagine, like, we're not idiots. We see what's going on over in America, and there is a big issue going on there, it's huge. So, I've never been to Seattle, but I'm sure if it's like what I've seen on the internet, which is all I'm going on here, it's probably worse. Like, it's probably for everyone.
It's a horrible experience to be in, but not everyone's in that bracket. Just surround yourself with the right people. That's what I'd advise you.
Yeah.
Because there is good people out there, but there is also bad in anything that we do in life here. So
yeah, I would say racism was probably real alive with the older folk around here, but not in a I hate them, but like, I remember my nana told me about there was no black people in Ireland when she was a kid, you know?
Yeah.
There was one black person in all of Dublin and everyone knew him because he was basically a celebrity because he looks different. Because, you know, there was never like a slave thing over here, so there wasn't a big influx. In fact, I think Irish people were slaves for a little while.
Yeah.
But that probably explains why there was no influx over here, and when it was, if black people did come over here, it was by choice, normally, I think.
Yeah.
Not a history buff, but I think it was by choice, so there wasn't any, you know, major racism, but I think it was more of a, you're different, and in fairness, I don't think Irish people do great with change.
No.
So being different did kind of freak out a lot of older people.
It will all 20 years will all die off the racism thing when all the old racist people die.
Hope so. I really hope so. Like, my nana, she's crazy now. She's got Alzheimer's and shit. She doesn't know what you're saying. But she was a little racist. Never an angry racist, but a scared racist. You know, like, oh God, I don't know about those black people. Are they like us? I don't get it.
So essentially, to answer your question, it does exist over here. I think it exists everywhere. But just again, surround yourself with the right people. Don't end up in that situation.
Yeah, I think there is good folk out there. You know,
there's good folk out there. So we've just come to the end. Is there any other?
I'm gonna have a quick check. I don't think so.
No, it's okay if there's not.
Yeah, no. I'm just
I think you got to
double checking. I think that's the two.
And if you guys listening, if you want to email us in absolutely anything, it's Karl and Jordan Show at gmail.com. The email will be in the photo that's on your YouTube at the moment for any SoundCloud listeners or anything like that.
We will talk about whatever. Probably won't be as serious as today. I think today was kind of a serious.
It was a serious one, it was definitely, but.
We got to show our diversity.
Yeah, it's kind of good. We're not just two drunk guys talking about everything. That's exactly what we are. Just before we go, to get even more serious.
What are you going to do?
Probably a month ago at this stage, I heard of a situation that one of my friends was in, and she experienced something that most ladies have. I don't have to notice the trend that are speaking out about. And she's currently in a situation where she doesn't want to speak about it because of the repercussions and the judgment that she received. I just think it's important to anyone, because she'll probably be listening to this, and anyone else who's listening to this, that if you ever feel in a situation that you weren't comfortable or feel that someone did something to you that made you feel uncomfortable or something that you didn't want to do, please speak to someone about it. I'm sorry to get super, super serious about that. It's just I've had a couple of instances with friends that have brought this up to me, and I just think it's something important that needs to be spoken about and needs to be reported to the right people.
Yeah. Don't apologise for getting serious. If we're scared to get serious on the internet, then, you know, that's a bad thing, you know. Gotta be honest.
Gotta be honest. That's what I'm on. That's
why we're drunk, you know. You're honest when you're drunk.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's the end of the podcast, Karl.
Hope you guys liked it.
Thank you for
making me feel so special.
Oh, well, I'm treating you like a guest. You're the
I know,
host of this podcast.
I liked being the guest for a day. You're going to speak a lot more next time.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Check out Raw Music and Popcorn Dust. Their descriptions will be in the link below. I'm drunk. Leave me alone. Definitely, and again, emphasis on Popcorn Dust. Their podcast is levels above ours.
They do movie reviews. They have proper topics. They have a system. We're like,
you're crippled.
This thing. Yeah.
By the way, thanks for listening, guys.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. Till the next time.